What's the buzz? This is Zeta Beetle, and welcome back to TGIF. In this episode, I'm going for the storyline quests, which will show off a particular mole, or at least parts of it anyway. Let's go. Let's get on with it, shall we? Just letting you guys know right now, I'm going to have to mute some audio because I'm going to be in an IO vehicle, and the radio will be on for at least a smidge of the time. So, for now, I'll just let you hear the other sounds besides my voice. But once I get into that car, my voice will be the only thing that you hear. Because in this one, I'm going for the challenge to leave an IO vehicle in an alien settlement. Not particularly subtle, but, you know. Here's where I'm going to have to mute. You won't be able to hear it, but the very, very, very first thing that I hear is a truly bizarre racket coming out of that radio. Like, it defies any explanation. I don't even know if it's supposed to be somebody's voice, or if it's supposed to be, I don't even know. Like, it's just weird. And they call that music? Like, I've come from a time in an old-fashioned age where music could actually be defined as such, not just somebody saying words while the music plays in the background, and certainly not as dirty as it is nowadays. And there were some times where music got pretty dark back in those days, but there are some shiners now. And by some, I mean a lot. Like, there's an Egyptian-style song that, it's really, well, it's not dark, but, I do suspect that it means something inappropriate, so I'm not going to say much about it. But easily the darkest song of the modern era is Carrie Underwood's 2 Black Cadillacs. Yeah, you heard that right. 2 Black Cadillacs is one of the darkest songs that I've heard outside of the metal genre. Like, that song goes deep to the throat, and the lyrics are spiteful towards a certain man that cheated on 2 women. And yeah, it's really not that great of a song. I mean, sure, anyone would be mad at somebody for cheating, but the extremes to which these women take it is not something that I would model my life after. And if there really are women like that in the world, I need to be careful. Alright, let's take a step back from all of the darkness and songs of today, and let's focus on the challenges at hand for once. So, the challenge here is going to be deploy cat food. The aliens of this season have a really interesting diet, and it leads to one of the funniest. It leads to some of the funniest challenges in this whole thing. Like Joey, for instance, has has been bribed with this cat food. And now, the thing about it is we're trying to do something by deploying the cat food at Corny Complex. What that was, I'm not entirely, I don't entirely remember, but, you know, when it's been like 2 years since the time that you recorded this, you tend to miss out on a lot of details. And it doesn't really help matters that I decided to do some light research while reviewing this to see exactly what goes on and when. Here, Gunner has joined my party in his alternate account, but we never do seem to speak, at least outside of a party, anyway. And of course, with how my audio is set up, no party audio ever comes through, and my own mic audio does not come through either. This was rectified later, because for the longest time I did not know that you could make it to where your voice came over the mic. But starting in the season finale, things are going to be a little bit different. And even then, I believe pretty late in that season finale as well. So we'll see what happens. Currently, I don't know all of the specific details as to what the season finale is going to show off, but on a related note, I have gotten to the point where I have to edit my clips again, which is, I have mixed feelings about it, but at the very least, it means that prior to the episode being recorded and uploaded, I will actually be making a difference. And that's the challenge done, so skipping forward. Now here's a case that I can't really explain, because there are many places in which I could be speculating. Here I am playing with Tapital Tuba, who is at this point playing on his Xbox, because prior to a certain time, neither of us had given him a nickname to set him apart from his Sober Breath account, which is simply Tuba PlayStation 4 and Tuba Xbox. So when I am, while I'm doing this number like this, and neither of us are really speaking, it really begs the question, how exactly are we communicating with each other, if at all? Although, then again, we did engage in some Skype calls quite often. So, and mind you, this was before I got my iPad, and before I got introduced to fully to Discord, which I have been talking to my friends on ever since. So there we go. That's all that done. And another round just like the last one, except maybe with a different mission. See, the last round was the third one, so get headshots. Now I am going for the challenge to get IO weapon damage, aka damage opponents with IO tech weapons. So yeah, there we go. like the last round, it's going to be narrative commentary, seeing as how neither of us are talking, and thus there is no reason to really do anything other than narrative commentary, because I will not be talking over either of us, because Tuba's not even talking, and I don't have live audio on right now. So there we go. That's that. The thing about this is, we're basically just trying to complete missions as well as we can, and well, I am anyway. I'm not sure exactly what Tuba does exactly, but and the reason why I say this is it should really be apparent ever since Fortnite Follies sideways frustration, but at the very least, Raven has said at one point that he doesn't want to waste any time on missions, instead opting to go for a win. And that's fine, like, to each their own, but I just don't have that type of skill to be able to support that mindset. So instead, I go after what I can do. And that happens to be quests. So, whatever quest comes my way is usually completed to the best of my ability. There are many exceptions to the rule. Many of those being the quests that are just too hard to pull off. But ever since I don't even remember the last time I was really stumped on a mission, honestly, because it's not been very recently that that's happened. Which should give you a good indicator of just how well I'm able to complete these missions usually. So, yeah. And in Chapter 2, Season 7, it's no different, because I'm able to just complete most of the missions automatically as I'm targeting other missions. Or just by doing nothing but just playing the round in some missions cases. Like, the most unavoidable missions are the ones where you just collect weapons, and get shields, ammo, and you restore your health or shields, and, you know, just typical things that you don't ever think about, and yet the mission completes anyway. So, despite my mission being to take on to attack opponents with IO tech weapons, I am too stupid to realize that I just now found an IO tech weapon in the form of a pulse rifle. So, yeah, it's kind of a weird it's kind of a weird situation to find yourself in, honestly. Okay. So, I'm gonna be just trying to figure out how to get the damage done. Although there is the situation where the mission completes or gets progress on basically it's a party assist challenge, meaning if anyone in your party deals the damage, you're also the one that gets the progress on the challenge. So okay. So now here I am Tuba is had been using his pulse rifle in order to deal the damage, but then he switched to an SMG of some sort. And there we go. We're just about to the end of this clip, and we are moving on to the next one. Alrighty. Now it's time to get some more challenge progress on the challenge 2, deal damage with IO-Tech weapons. So I am the one now with the pulse rifle, and I was looking over at the billboard that said submit. I'm guessing in my mind, and probably out loud, I was thinking, I thought I had disabled that. But maybe they re-enabled it and put it on that billboard to where it'll and then that I'm just popping that ship into the well, not ship, it's a canoe. I was popping the canoe into the side of the house or building, and alright. I really need to close this because I'm distracted, I'm sorry. Now we are moving on to the cosmic chest part of the clip. And Tuba comes over here in just a little bit, and is the first one that the crystal wants to strike it. So I strike it next in that spot, and now Tuba is needing to strike it again. I strike it at the bottom there. Then it's our first tandem strike. So I just go ahead and smash the bottom there. Then another bottom bit there. Then another, and finally the last one. And with that, the cosmic chest is open, and I got some experience, heavy bullets, and shells. But on top of that, we also have a lot of stuff that comes out for both of us as well. So, for whatever reason, I stand completely still. I think I was writing something down, as I normally do during this contest, and I paid dearly for it. Thanks to this Rick. So, now he is doing some sort of weird jumping. Can anyone explain this to me? Like, what is he doing? Alrighty. this is the third to last round in the episode. Or, I say that, but this is the semi-final, actually. And the challenge of this one is to collect bars. More specifically, gold bars. And that's literally the only challenge I get any progress on, except for spend bars. So, yeah. Ever since their introduction in Chapter 2, Season 5, bars have stuck around. Although now, your carrying capacity has decreased from 10,000 to only 5,000. Which is still a lot, all things considered. But it's nowhere near as much as it was. Only like half the capacity. And they probably will nerf it yet again, or completely take bars out of the game. Which would mean you would have to, they would have to take out the vending machines and upgrade benches too. But that is a scenario that may happen in the future. I'm not entirely sure that it will happen in the near or far future, if at all. But the thing about it is, they've hung around so far. I drop a shadow tracker that I bought for both myself and for Tuba, and then I get taken out by the IO guard there with some sort of assault rifle. I forget exactly which now because, as I've said before, it's been like 2 years since I recorded this, and I only did real light research coming into it. So, it's at this point that I see the equipment that I need to repair at this base. And thus, I'm pretty sure in the next round, I go on ahead and get the equipment repaired. But for now, I just stay on my hands and knees and wait for Tuba to do what he needs to do and revive me. Except that moment never came, because he got taken out like I did. So there we go. That takes care of this round. Onwards to the next and final round. Like I said before, this is the final round of the episode, and also like I said before, this is the round where I repair all of the IO equipment that I need to in order to get that quest done. So there we go. I'm basically the maintenance worker of the IO. Okay, I I'm just working fairly late at night at this point, and that's part of why I'm yawning right now. At this point, I don't really have the bars to afford another shadow tracker. So now I'm just repairing the equipment like so. And once I get that done, I move on to the next part. I'm not entirely sure how close to done I get with the repairing challenge, but there I just got the damage, and I think I finished off the repairs. There we are. I did indeed. So it'll be next round when I go on to get the next challenge started, let alone done. And I managed to get the rest of the first stage of, or early stage of the IoTech weapon challenge done. I tried to keep this guy from hitting us, but honestly, we're pretty well sunk. There's no way that there's no way at all that I'm going to be able to pull off this revival, and well, I might. It just depends. So I certainly won't pull it off very quickly with how often I moved and cancelled it. So Tuba, after having been revived, gives me a medkit. And that'll have to be continued because we have run out of time. In the next episode, we will outlast opponents, travel in an inflatable, place top 10, build the structures at Corny Complex, and deal damage with IO weapons once again. In the meantime, though, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you all next time. Until then, adios, amigos.